Hi, YouTube. Merry Christmas Eve or Christmas, depending where in the world you are. God bless your day if you don't believe in Christmas, and even though it's probably not his birthday, it is the day we celebrate it on. Um, and in my personal life, happy birthday to my oldest son, Luke. I do believe he's 40 today, if my memory serves me right. Whoa, that was a rough day 4 decades ago. Holy. Whew. I had been in labor for 3 days and then he ripped out of me. So, yeah, it was crazy, crazy, crazy. We were lucky to live. So, yeah, it was a rough day, but the day before that, um, well, I should say a few days, the week of um, when I gave birth to Luke, I actually had brought home a Christmas tree. I dragged it home. Um, basically, I was walking and I dragged a Christmas tree home so I could put a little gold ornament on the tree that said baby, because I didn't know if it was going to be a boy or a girl. And on that day, my sister in law, 2 hours away, 100 miles apart, we both gave birth on the same day to blue eyed, blonde haired boys, cousins, twin cousins. It's really cool. I mean, and was my best friend at that time. And we really had something to celebrate. So did the grandparents. Holy shit. Two grandchildren in one day. That's amazing. They are a little whacked, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, if my son's watching this, happy birthday, sunshine. I love you. I know you're going through hell. I'm always here for you. Um, if you need me, just call or just stop in. If you can get here, you're always welcome. Any of my children, grandchildren, any of you, the moms of my granddaughters, any of you are always welcome in my home. So, so how is everybody doing today? I'm having a pretty good day. I didn't make a video yesterday. I was just exhausted. It's like, nah, not today. It was yeah, I've been, oh, not just reminiscing, but like uh three of my granddaughters are really going through, and their mother are going through some very, very hellacious times right now. And just hearing what they're up to, and my oldest son and stuff, it's really difficult for them. So, you know, so just a minute. Yeah, it weighs on a person. And then I had a lot of stuff to get done around here that we were doing. Doug changed the pressure switch on our water pump, brand new pump just a few months ago, and it always had trouble coming on, and um it was the craziest thing, just wouldn't want to start up. It would sit there and like just turn and turn and turn and not come on. So it was probably 1 in a million um pressure switches that are bad in them, and it's the best pump you can buy, made in the USA. So it's like, yeah, we thought it'd be like top of the line. And why would a switch be bad? But now, if you heard it before, it was really noisy. Now it's not noisy like that anymore. It's getting enough electricity through it that it doesn't sound like a monster anymore. So, yeah. This morning I was telling Doug, nobody wants to learn my core exercise, or if you did, you're not saying nothing. Because just keep trying. It takes practice, and it is the one for balance and stabilizing your body. It's the one exercise you can do Do it even once a week if you can remember, or if you could do it once a day. But if you remember to do it even once a week, keeping your core strong till you get older, you're not gonna regret it. Doug's like, the only position I like is the fetal position. I said, they call that the clam, Doug. The clam position, you put your knees up to your chest, and you know that if you're laying on your back and you pull your knees into your chest, there's other exercises you can do from there. But just that alone will relieve tension in your lower back. If you have them type of problems, just go into clam position and hold your knees, and it does help with back problems if you have them. Or going up to a wall and putting, I saw a post that said, put your legs up the wall and then cross your ankles. Well, um, I would say don't cross your ankles, or if you do that for like 20 or 30 seconds and then alternate, do, or a couple minutes, and do the other side. If you're going to cross your ankles, uncross them and cross them the other way, so you're not working out just one side of your body, and keeping things equal, to always remember the repetitions. Whatever you do on one side, you want to do on the other, typically. And unless you've got injuries that you have to avoid, then you sort of work around them, you know. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I started my day out listening to a song that's been stuck in my head, but I just love it. Um, are you feeling that way too, or that feeling that way too by Journey? I love that. But my favorite Journey song is Lights. Um, in the city, and the sun shines by the bay. I want to be there in my city. Oh, oh. I love that song. My favorite city though is Duluth, and one time I was up on the mountain overlooking the city, and that song came on, and it was just like so perfect, just magical. So what a nice day that was for a minute. I get these minutes every once in a while in between things. So yeah, my friends are live streaming over on Bruce Sees All. Bruce, Darla, Julie, hey, everybody. Um, had to make this, had to put you on pause because I wanted to get this out earlier today. If my son does happen to see it, and to wish everybody on the other side of the world a Merry Christmas. That's what's on my mind today, is us not knowing exactly the day that Christ was born, and just remember every day's Christmas like that. Then just make every day Christmas. And yes, we know that Santa and Satan are the same person, and this is most likely his birthday we are celebrating. Lucky for me, I have a son that I can incorporate in the celebration. So um and that really, really emotionally for me helps me. And I feel bad for a friend now today, that younger person, gentleman, that has been um getting the word of God out there for people. And he comes from a family of Masons, and he's really concerned about people celebrating this day and not really understanding the witchcraft and different things that are going on during this winter solstice, and actually the death and decay that happens during the winter, and what that represents. So being that I always had kind of a inkling to Christ's birth being on Easter, or thereabouts, like the spring, like the new life, like his resurrection, you know, um, is more of a celebration to me. Um, Although that just with the word is honoring Estar or Istar or, but, or Isis, but is it really, you know? So they're all God's days, and I don't want to take any celebration, even though it started pagan, that Christian people have Christ in their heart and are celebrating with their families today. How do we combine the two situations without um it? Okay, if they don't understand it and they can't accept it, that this is Satan's day, how do we combine the two days together to protect the people that do have Christ in their heart, which would be the green grass, the green ones that don't see yet that this is actually Satan's day, and not hurt the green grass? How do we not hurt them and teach them at the same time? Here's the dilemma of my day. you know, um, and my friend gets awfully upset, and I don't blame him. I mean, absolutely, I don't blame him. Saint Nick, we all know, um, like who Nick is. It's yeah. Well, hopefully people will just say, hey, we know this to be true. We know we're following pagan traditions. And until everybody gets play catch up, see, they don't ever want us to catch up on the truth. They want to leave you stuck in their pagan ways with their rituals and that type of thing, when some of the true meanings, even of this day, aren't represented the way they should be. And even like with Thanksgiving, if you were to call it Harvest Festival or whatever, it's still rooted in pagan roots. No matter what we do, we have history from people that may not have been the nicest people in the world, traditions that we're passing on. If you looked into, say, for instance, um, the symbol of the cornucopia, which is that long trumpet shaped thing, and usually like a basket full of fruits and um, vegetables and things, the time of the harvest, that is pagan witchcraft. Um, it's gifts from Satan given to the witch. And when they share that cornucopia, they're actually sharing the truths of who they are. So when they're celebrating Thanksgiving and you see that, for me, it makes me think, well, who is this person? And I know, like I say about my friend going through this right now today, I know he's having a rough day, and I know tomorrow's going to be absolutely awful for him because he has family that he's not sharing his time with them and exchanging gifts because of the symbolism behind it. And I get that. you know like for me with my grandkids, I don't always have money, but when I do, I try to send them something when I can, and I try to make it like really cool. And that's the way I do it. I didn't always know, and I still don't know the exact date of a couple of their birthdays. um I've been told a couple times, but it was in such a day that I couldn't absorb the information. It was at a time when too many things were going on that was important, but not as important as what was going on. That type of feeling. And I do have trouble with dates like that. So if people remind me and help me like that, that would be absolutely cool because although I'm smart in a lot of ways, there's some ways I lack, and that's one of them. And I've been kind of put down about that before, but it's like I can live with that, as long as I keep God in my heart and God knows my love is true. I don't let anything falter me and alter me in that respect. So, um, yeah. So, yeah, just rambling on. Oh, I'm sure everybody heard about what Bette Miller said about the people in Virginia, that they were illiterate. Well, Sean Baker, MD, looked up the states that were mostly illiterate really bad. The worst was California. Wisconsin comes in like a close second. Um, uh, Bette Miller is from Hawaii, and that ranked 40 on the list. It's like, and Virginia wasn't even near. They're more literate than where Midler comes from. And her parents were a seamstress and a painter. Her mother was a seamstress, her father was a painter. And like Sean said, if it wasn't for her parents working hard, she probably wouldn't have got in the position that she got to be in to even have a future in Hollywood or any of those things, and which could very well be true. I don't know. I mean, usually if they're of that bloodline, even like generations separated, like 3, 4 generations separated from, oh, maybe say like the Rockefeller or whatever, Rothschilds, whoever. Midler, I do believe, is an English name. Probably comes from muddler. Probably comes from a winemaker. Um, or maybe like a barista type situation where her ancestors might have owned like a pub selling spiced wine, you know, because the water was so bad they had to do something about it. So God knows what her family tree and history is, but all I know is I haven't liked her for a very long time. Um, I actually really never have liked her all that much, so I don't care what she says. I don't respect her opinion enough, you know. But because, and then there's other public officials saying that, like people should die if they don't want to have the magic potion. They should just don't trust in your own immunity. Definitely take the potion, and it doesn't matter if you can't hear about what the results are for 75 years. They don't have to tell us. Well, there was a meme that said, well, then I'll wait 75 years to take that magic potion, you know, when the results of the tests come back. Well, how are we ever going to know the results of a test on the human DNA or whatever 100, 2, 3, 400 years from now? How do we know what that has changed or altered or what they've already done to us through the centuries, you know, because they have done things all along. The struggle that we feel inside isn't a normal thing at all. That's not how God made us to operate. That's not it's not natural at all. You know. So what did Santa bring you? I know what he brought me. I'm blessed in a lot of ways. The biggest way I am blessed is God has never left me alone. I always know He's there. Even if things aren't entirely going my way, I'm lucky I'm not left alone like that. I can't imagine what it's like for people that don't have that reassurance. I get stubborn and I get angry sometimes, but I haven't really cussed God out for a long time, but I had my moments, you know. It's like it just F you, man. F you, dude. It's like you don't like me, just take me out right now. I'm sick of this shit. Well, I do get like that sometimes still, but not as bad as I used to. It used to really, really bother me. I didn't have enough understanding on the outcome of everything. Um, like say when I was 40 years old, or I mean, I did probably I had more understanding of it by the time I was 15 than a lot of people might never have. So I mean, I've been walking my life kind of a lonely life until just recently. More people, what they call the Great Awakening, I just call the age of the internet, has really helped people communicate. So yeah, which is a good thing. I have friends I know that talk to me through their videos, and I talk to them through mine, and that is a gift. That's a great thing. So, and none of it would be possible without God. A lot of people think, well, it's the human beings, and it's all His material. It's all His electricity. It's His matter. It's His plastics, His carbons, His air, His blood. It all belongs to Him, you know. And yeah, if we can't give glory to that one person for coming down as a human being to say, hey, these are the choices you can make. Where do you want to spend your eternity? It's as simple as that. I mean, it gives you the chance to see the possibilities of what you want forever. And that's kind of where, you know, all the words in the scriptures and everything else, nothing really matters except for those last words I just said right there. What do you want? You know, God doesn't want to make you unhappy. If you want to live like a vile type of life, He's going to let you do it. He's going to ask you not to, but He'll still let you do it. That is free will. What He won't let you do is pass it on to the next generations for another 1,000 years. That's where it ends. Time's up type of thing. And that's only right. That's only fair. I mean, um, can you imagine what the world would be like if everybody had a pure heart? Would it be so hard to understand that we could laugh and enjoy our lives and still be who we are? And I mean, sure, we'd still probably do stupid things, but they wouldn't be as stupid or as vile. That would be out of innocence. Could you imagine if innocence came back into the world? How happy everybody. You'd be so happy. Going to work wouldn't be stressful. It could actually be a pleasant thing, like cutting the hours for people and giving them more pay. And still the world goes around, but people are happy. It's like, don't you want your masters to give you more money? Yeah. Or don't we want the people that call themselves masters to be jailed for crimes against humanity? Yeah. That's the bottom line, because they are criminals. There's nothing human about controlling other people at all. And if somebody in your life is controlling like that, and that's their nature, These are decisions people like that are making on their own, you know. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Like I actually look at people that act like that and it's like I really wanted you to be with me in the future, you know. It's like I wanted you there. You know. And when you don't see their face in the crowd anymore, you're like, wow, you know. People making the decision to write their own name out of the book. It's their decision, you know. So, well, I'm going to leave it at that. I wanted to say Merry Christmas, everybody. Um, no matter the day, the truth of it is, even people that don't believe in Christ are going to meet Christ before they even get to speak to the Father. And there's some the throne of judgment. That's as far as they're going to go, you know. But they're making that decision on their own. They're all being told in their heart. Every single one of us are being talked to every second, so, and guided like that. So, all right. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. God bless your night or day wherever you're at. I think I'll be back tomorrow. Um, once again, Lucas, Jonah, I love you. I hope you're watching this video. Um, you can talk to me about anything. You know that. So, all right. Peace, everybody. Talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me.